Hi, I'm Shelby Gamash with Columbia River Dahlias, and today we are showing you how to plant your dahlia tubers. So it is mid-April here in Washington, and we're planting all of our tubers. So we've been planting all week, and I just wanted to do a quick video to show you exactly how we plant. So what you're going to need is a trowel or a shovel. You're going to need your dahlia tubers that you're going to be planting. Some sort of labeling system, whether that's a stake or possibly writing directly onto the tubers with a garden marker, and a note-taking system so that you can see. I like to just back it up with the stake and some note-taking so I remember exactly where things were planted. Alright, so we have a trench dug right now because that's how we planted the majority of our tubers this year. But if I'm just planting one or two tubers, what I like to do is dig a hole that's 4 to 6 inches deep. For us, we like to be closer to 6 inches because we get really heavy winds here, and the wind just like knocks the plant over. So if it's buried just a little bit deeper, it gives the roots a little more protection from the wind from just coming right out of the soil. So we like to go a little closer to 6 inches. So what we'll do is just dig our hole. We're kind of already in a trench here, so it's a little bit deep for us already, which is great. We'll dig this down. All right, and then we'll take our tuber, and I have 2 Mingus Tonys here, and the eye isn't super apparent yet, but you can see it forming right here. And what we want to do is place that horizontally in the hole. So we'll place it down just like this. Sometimes you might think you want to plant it like this, straight upright. But actually it's better to plant it on its side with the eye facing up if possible. If you can't see an eye yet, that's okay. You can just plant it and the eye will find the surface. But if you see the eye, try planting it so it's facing up, and then that way the stems will grow straight out of the ground. So what we'll do is come down here, we'll place it in the hole. And right now, if you were going to plant with bone meal or another soil supplement, you could mix that into the soil right now. We have already added our supplements for the year, so we tilled those in, and so we're good to go. We're ready to plant. But if you were going to add bone meal, what you could do is sprinkle that in the hole, kind of mix it into the dirt a little, put your tuber in, and then cover the hole. So next, what we'll do is just cover this back up and make sure it's nice and covered with at least 6 inches of dirt for us, or 4 to 6 inches of dirt, whatever you prefer. And then I'm going to take our stake that we wrote on. We used a tag pen, which is an all-weather pen, so this won't fade or wash off through the year, which is really great. So it's the worst thing at the end of the season when you come to dig up your tubers and the plant has died, so you can't identify it by the bloom, and you haven't labeled them or the labels have gone missing. It's not good, and you're like, oh my gosh, what is this variety? So then you just have mystery tubers on your hand. So if you label, and then if you back up with some sort of note-taking system of where you planted and the quantity you planted, then you have a better chance of knowing at the end of the season what variety is which. So then I just place this straight into the ground right in front of where I planted. So kind of move some dirt around that. And that is how we plant. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at ColumbiaRiverDahlias@gmail.com. I'm happy to help answer any questions you might have, and I will see you next time. Bye. Right, so there's one other thing I want to mention, and it's watering. Our soil is very dry. We do not get a lot of rain, and we do not get a lot of snow in the winter. So we are going to probably water one time before our plants emerge from the ground. Depending on your climate and your location, if your soil is wet or damp, the tubers do not need extra water. Let them come up on their own. Once you plant them, do not water them. Let them come out of the ground on their own, and once you see them emerge, that's when you want to lay your drip line down and start watering for the season. If your tubers get too much water, either naturally from whatever is in the ground, from your rain or your snow melt, they will rot, which really stinks because then you won't have any blooms for the summer. So you want to make sure before you plant that your soil is dry enough to plant in, and then you want to wait for them to come out of the ground to start watering. All right, hope that helps.